What's up, y'all? I know it's been a minute since we've been here to do this video, but um, I went through a few things, I guess, because I don't remember like the time frame of when I was recording videos for this channel, but I feel like it was leading into like the holiday time or the winter season, and that is usually a time that I have struggled with previously, but I also went through a transformation realizing that I'm the one who is making myself feel that way. So I definitely had to go through my own little healing space. Yeah, basically had to go through my own little healing space. So we're good. Of course, we're like damn near halfway into the middle of the new year. And yeah, honestly, y'all, I feel like a lot of times I get in my own head. Like I talk about so much stuff and I pour into everything around me. And one thing that I do is not take my own advice sometimes. So it's cool. But this video, the purpose of this video is also to show you how you I don't even know. I don't even know what I was about to say. The purpose of this video is to show you how powerful your thoughts are. For me, I know better, okay? So the story that I'm about to tell y'all, this is a story time, okay? But the story that I'm about to tell y'all, like, I knew better, right, than to do this, but I did it anyway, and here we are. So let's go ahead and start. First off, anything that I ever say on this channel is from my own personal belief. I am not telling you or asking you to believe me. I'm only speaking from my personal experience, my perspective, things that I have encountered, or things that I just believe to be true, okay? And I'm sharing it with you all here with the intention that you can take it, apply it into your own life, and see changes, right? We all want to be happier, healthier, wealthier, all of that stuff, right? So my intention is for you to take what I'm saying, apply it to your life, and see the changes, okay? That's one thing that is really, really big. Please don't just sit and listen to videos of people talking over and over and over all day, because you're just being a sponge and you're soaking up all the information and you're absorbing it. But when do you actually apply it, okay? Because that's when you really see like the greatest changes, when you apply it. So let's go ahead and get into this story time. So I have a Jeep and I had to take my Jeep to the shop, right? So I took my Jeep to the shop and it was in the shop for, I want to say, 5 weeks, okay? I was definitely getting the runaround. I still kept saying my affirmations, but I know I was wavering because I kept getting pissed off. I kept getting pissed off because I wanted my Jeep back, right? But I have another car that I drive, okay? So I drove this other car, my Honda, for 5 weeks, all right? When it was time for me to go pick up my Jeep, I went and picked it up, and then I noticed that the inspection sticker was out. If you don't know what an inspection sticker is, I live in Texas, okay? And in Texas, there is a, you have, in Texas, you have to get your car inspected every year, and then you have to get the registration sticker, okay? And if you don't, then you can get a ticket, all right? It's such a scam. If you live in Texas, you know what I mean. If they do this in your state, then you know what I mean, okay? But I got my Jeep back, got behind the wheel, saw the sticker, and was like, oh my gosh, the sticker is out. Then instantly, my mind starts visualizing me being pulled over by a cop. Why would I do this? I've done this before and gotten pulled over by a cop from visualizing the shit, okay? So I visualized the cop pulling me over and me explaining to him why my registration is out. My Jeep's been in the shop, my check engine light is on. I have to get somebody to do an inspection, you know, like go off the side kind of thing, because it won't pass with this check engine light on. And it's just the thing with Jeeps, like the check engine light will come on and don't shit be wrong, okay? So I got my Jeep on a Tuesday, right? And instantly had that visualization. By Thursday morning, okay, I got my Jeep Tuesday morning. By Thursday morning, I probably had 3 more of those visualizations pop up. where I'm telling the cop why my inspection is out, right? But every time I would do that, I would stop myself and I'll be like, no, nothing bad is gonna happen. Nothing bad is gonna happen. Nothing bad is gonna happen, right? So because I'm aware, all right? I'm aware of everything that I do, say, feel. I know how to rewire it, reprogram it, because I just can't allow myself to think anything other than what I would want to experience, right? And even though it was like an automatic visual in my head, in my mind, I still was just like, shut it off. No, nothing bad is gonna happen. Nothing bad is gonna happen. Nothing bad is gonna happen. And it's like random points in my day, it just boop comes back as a visualization, right? So like I said, I got the Jeep back on Tuesday. By Thursday morning, I went to go get an oil change in the Jeep because it had been sitting for so long. I'm like, I know it needs an oil change at this point. So I drove to go get an oil change. And when I tell y'all, I've drove this Honda for 5 weeks and I really don't recall seeing a cop anywhere, okay? Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but I do not recall seeing a cop. I don't recall cops being on the side of the road, me having to be cautious of if I'm speeding or not. No, I've had no issues for the last 5 weeks. But I get in my Jeep and I go to, I forgot a detail before I even say this. Also, this particular week, there was another YouTuber who started a challenge for the week where we say manifestation is not a process or manifestation is instant. So I chose instant, right? So Monday, I'm starting the challenge, an hour a day saying manifestation is instant. Manifestation is instant. Just robotically affirming that all day. Tuesday, I'm affirming that, but then boom, there goes that visualization of the cop pulling me over, okay? Wednesday, I'm saying the affirmation manifestation is instant. Boom, there goes that visualization again. Thursday, I feel like I had the visualization one more time, but I'm also, manifestation is instant. Manifestation is instant, okay? So I get in the Jeep to go get an oil change, and I kid you not, it was so many cops on the road. I feel like I saw about 7 cops. Not even joking, because I went to get an oil change, and just me on the way to get an oil change, it's like the cops were either coming from the opposite direction or they were turning at the light. There was one that was behind me, but he wasn't directly behind me. Like, he turned onto the street that I was on, but then he ended up like going to the side, I guess because something was going on the sidewalk, whatever. So then I'm just like, yeah, nah, I need to go home because I don't like none of this. So I come home and I am on the street. I am on the street to my house, okay? And there's this one little area where cops will sit to try to catch somebody speeding. And guess what? There was a cop sitting there that day. So I purposely was not speeding, and I saw them and I was just like, ooh. So then I go to the light. Nobody pulled up behind me. Nobody got behind me at this light. And then I seen the cop pull out. And then the cop came and got right behind me. And then instantly I'm like, ooh. What do I do? Because either I can go straight and turn left into my little driveway to get to my garage. That's how close I was to the house. Like, I go through the light, turn left into this little bitty street, and it takes me up to my garage. Or I get in this left lane that has a green arrow and go ahead and bust a left real quick and come around the backside to get into my complex. But I just said, you know what, fuck it. They already behind you. I'm sure they running your plates and shit. Like, that's just where my mind went. It's too late. In my mind, I said it's too late. And sure enough, as soon as the light turned green, I couldn't even hit the gas good enough. And there goes the lights. I was like, bruh. Then I got mad at myself instantly. Because why did you visualize this? You already know Shit like this will come very fast, and then you're already walking around talking about manifestation is instant. Manifestation is instant. Yeah, it's instant, okay? And this is to prove to you, this video or me telling you this story is me proving to you how instant it is, because there's no coincidences, okay? There's no signs and synchronicities or none of that unless you believe it. At the end of it all, it's just showing you that your thoughts create. Coincidences is just evidence that your thoughts are creating, okay? Your imagination is creating. Because look what I created for myself. So I get pulled over by the cop, right? And I roll the window down. He comes over, says his little spiel, and then he says, I'm pulling you over because your registration is out. And what did I do? I told him I know and gave him the whole spiel that I gave him already in my imagination. I already told this man this exact sentence, okay? I already gave this man this exact description 4 times in my imagination. So here I am giving it to him in my reality. That's how it works. 4D creates your 3D, right? Your 3D is your world that you interact with. Your 4D is your imagination. So this is the real world, and then this is the aftermath of it, okay? So I told him all of that, and he was like, what kind of Jeep is it? What year is it? I said, it's a 2014. And he was like, oh yeah, my check engine light is on too. I got a 2014 Jeep as well. That's just something that happens with them. And I was like, you know that too? Okay. And then he says, okay, well, let me just see your license. Sorry, y'all, I was looking out the window. It looked like something was in the grass. Anyway, he was like, well, let me see your license so I can at least say that I talked to you. So he goes back to the car. Then he comes back, and it was 2 cops. So it was actually 2 of them in the car. So then they both come to the window, and then the other cop starts telling me, you can download this app, and you can do this and this and this, and this is how you can get a backup camera on there, and you can do this and that, and da da da. He was like, oh, I got a 2014 Jeep as well. I was like, oh my goodness, okay. They both had a 2014 Jeep just like mine. So then the second cop, he was like, why did you take it to the shop in the first place? And I told them it was a certain light that came on, and they both was like, oh yeah, that light comes on, it doesn't even mean anything, da 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 da. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then I told them, I said, listen, the only reason why I left is because it's been in the shop for over a month, and I know I had to get my oil changed. And then the second cop immediately was like, oh, you have an oil leak, huh? I was like, yeah, I do. He said, that's another problem. That's a common thing. Da, da, da. He starts telling me all this stuff. He was like, I had to change that in mind. If you don't mind, you could pop the hood and we could see if that's what's wrong with yours. And I'm like, sure. Because I've been trying to figure out, why is the oil leaking? My dad keeps telling me, figure out why the oil is leaking. When I took it to the shop, I was so irritated with them. My dad was like, well, tell them about the oil leak. I'm not telling them shit because they're taking forever with my car. I don't want them to have it no longer. So I was just like, I don't know how I figure out how to get this oil leak fixed, right? And then here are the cops in front of me telling me, oh, just pop the hood and we'll see if it's this specific part. So they popped the hood, they got under there with the flashlight, and sure enough, whatever part it was that he had changed, mine had a crack in it like his did. So he pulled up the part that I needed, the part number, like everything. He gave it to me and let me take a picture of it. Boom. And then they went on about their day. Like, when I say, I was just in awe, like, bruh, yes, I created this to happen, but it actually ended up nothing bad happened, right? Every time I had the visualization, I cut it off and said nothing bad happened. So I didn't visualize myself getting a ticket, but I did visualize myself telling this cop all this stuff and immediately saying nothing bad happened. But in all honesty, it was like the greatest pullover ever, because now I can fix an issue in my Jeep that I didn't know how to fix at first. So I feel like that was a lot. But with that being said, y'all, I feel like this video is probably too long. So your 4D is your imagination. It's your mental world, okay? Your reality that you exist in, that you interact with, this is your 3D. Your 3D cannot move without your 4D telling it to, okay? Your 3D waits for instructions from your 4D. And the instructions from your 4D are your thoughts, your visualizations, your words, whatever you are saturating yourself with on a daily, okay? And for me, and for a lot of us, we probably have this belief that negative things happen so easily, right? And that's something that we can program ourselves out of, because I program myself out of it. But as you can see, things that, because I already did this one time, right, where I visualized me getting pulled over by a cop, and I did, it's like my subconscious has accepted that. So if I see myself getting pulled over by a cop in my imagination, absolutely, they're gonna pull me over. They're gonna pull me over. So no more visualizing about cops, but use this as an example, okay? Make it work in your favor. If you're gonna visualize something, visualize what you want. If there's a specific person that you want, visualize them texting you, visualize them FaceTiming you, visualize you holding the hundreds in your hand, visualize the money in your bank account, visualize the grades on your report card or whatever it is. Visualize you passing the test. Visualize you being wherever it is that you want to be. And if you can't visualize, it's okay, because it's not only just visualizations. Use your words, okay? Use your affirmations. Tell yourself how much money you have. Tell yourself that you're irresistible. Tell yourself that this person only wants you. Tell yourself that you aced the test. Tell yourself that you are at the top of your business class, like whatever, the business chain. Tell yourself these things. Speak life into yourself and the things around you, and that's what you'll get in return, okay? So thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, see you later.